Welcome back to part 3 of the series of how I do my workflow and how I take my photos from an image on my camera and post them to social media. So we've already uploaded the photo, we've already merged in HDR, and we've already made some pretty high level adjustments, but now let's really get into the serious adjusting on this image. Right away I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, the sky's a little washed out, so I want to make the sky more dramatic. It's a little blurry back here, so I want to sharpen that up a little bit. And then really, I need to get rid of these people back here. I need to get rid of this cup over here. I would really like to get rid of this street pole if it's possible, and we'll have to see if we can actually make that happen or not. We want to get rid of this line. I really want this picture to be as clean as possible to really make this bridge pop. And so the first thing I want to do is look at my white balance, my tint, and I'm pretty satisfied with the white balance. I think I want just a little bit more blue, and I just want to add just a little bit of magenta. I really want those bricks to pop out a little bit more. But now, one issue I'm having that I noticed earlier was we're still getting some purple here. So when we did the remove chromatic aberration over here, it didn't remove this. So to get rid of that, I'm actually going to lower the saturation of magenta and lower the saturation of purple. And it took that out. Let's see how the bricks look. The bricks still look pretty good. I think it's because they're mostly orange. But I'm really satisfied with the way that looks. I'm coming back up here. It's still a little too exposed. I want to bring down that exposure just a little bit. I want to take my whites and bring them all the way down. I really like to keep my whites and my highlights a little bit lower. I can probably boost up the contrast a little bit. And really this whole thing about photo editing is what looks good to you. What do you like? There's really no prescription other than I see a lot of folks bring down the highlights, bring down the whites, and then bring up the shadows in black. I'm still getting washed out by doing that, I think. We could probably bring out the blacks a little bit more. And then let's dehaze just a little bit. So that's looking better. I think I want to sharpen things up a little bit. So I'm just going to go down to detail. I want to bring my sharpening up to about 90. It's usually what I like. It looks a little grainy, so I will mask it. I usually like to do masking at about 50. And then I want just a little bit of this noise removed, so I'll bring up the noise reduction just a little bit. And I think that's already looking better. Now here you can start playing with the colors. Like I said, I really want these bricks to pop a little bit more. So I might turn up the reds just a little bit. Probably turn up the orange just a little bit. And then that bridge is looking a little bland, so let me bring out my greens and my blues a little bit more. And you know what? Now that I have that color, I want to actually bring down the bricks just a little bit. And this is the best part, this is the fun part to me, is being able to play with everything and make everything look the way that you want it to look. And that's the whole idea behind photography, is it's how you want it to look. A lot of people say that you have to follow these certain rules. I say, do what looks best for you. And I think I'm where I want to be as far as these adjustments go. What I want to do in the next video is jump into our masking, maybe a little bit of spot removal, but we may hold off on that until we go into Photoshop. But we're definitely going to hit up masking in the next video because there's a lot of masking I still want to do. So come back for part 4 where we start going into masking and the details behind that and all the really amazing options that Lightroom has to offer in terms of masking.